2B2T, a Minecraft server with a long and treacherous history. It was December of 2010, and Elon Musk had just successfully landed a rocket. Katy Perry had just released the song Firework, and a player by the name of Hausemaster had founded what would come to be known as perhaps the greatest server in Minecraft history. 2B2T was an anarchy server with no rules. Hacking and griefing was just part of life on 2B. The Two Builders 2 Tools name was actually a parody of a Team Fortress 2 server House had been playing on, 2 Fort 2 Furious. The server opens. Originally advertised to 4chan and Facepunch forums, the server develops a loyal community of players who love the freedom of anarchy. Not a lot is recorded from this early on in 2B's history, but what is known is mainly from old buildings and signs found on the server. The server is said to have begun on beta version 1.2, however some have claimed that the server began in even earlier alpha versions of the game. There are a few videos of 2B dating back all the way to May in 2011, remnants of which still exist on the server to this day 11 years later. 2B2T had a feeling to it that was unique from almost all other Minecraft servers. You regularly would travel thousands of blocks and come across buildings from many years ago. 2B2T's map has not reset once, and ancient structures and remnants can still be found to this day. This rich history is what makes 2B2T so appealing. You can explore the world as it was 11 years ago and leave your own mark for many years to come.
What's up, guys? Well, we're playing Minecraft on this very full server, indeed. My brother told me about it, and well, I love it.
Many historical events occurred on the server in its early years, and being an anarchy server there was a lot of drama. Many players formed and joined factions, one of the most notable from the early days being the Facepunch Republic. The Facepunch Republic began in April of 2011, with a player by the name of Chezhead becoming the leader after advertising the server on Facepunch forums. On April 28, 2011, Chezhead establishes Camp Facepunch, which was attacked by a player named Luke 2 the Bun, sparking the Facepunch War. April 29, 2011. Here lies the ruins of a proud nation, made by blood, sweat and tears. RIP Camp Facepunch, love Chezhead. Camp Facepunch is destroyed and a memorial is left by Chezhead. It was time to move on. The Facepunch Republic needed somewhere new to call home, so they founded Xeon. Xeon was an underground sanctuary filled with lush greenery and clouds made from snow. By July 7, however, the Facepunch Republic begins to decline. The server has seen over 37,000 unique players by this time, and in February 2012, the Facepunch Republic officially ends. The year is 2012 and the server is alive and thriving. Many bases were built during this period, and although grief, they remain well known to this day. Ziggy Base, also known as Ziggy Town, was constructed with the help of Pop Bob's backdoor and features multiple bedrock structures, including the iconic Bedrock Comet. I visited this base myself back in 2016. Imperator's Base, also known as Imps, and originally Viking Base, was one of the largest bases on 2B2T, built in 2012 by the Viking Group. Inhabitants of the base included Imperator Teray, Offtopia, Tristan, and Pop Bob, among others. The base sits at just over 1 million blocks away from spawn in two directions, and stood for 3 years until it was accidentally leaked by Tristan over Skype. The base was destroyed on Christmas Eve of 2015 by the players Jared 2013 and Frickin. Spanning 48 hours, it was one of the largest, most infamous griefs in the server's history. 2012 also saw the formation of the Crystal Islands, founded by Offtopia. It featured many castle-like structures built in the middle of an ocean, each structure connected by a path of lily pads. The base was eventually griefed multiple times, but that's just life on 2B2T. The legend tells of a giant pyramid constructed from stone brick at exactly 1 million -x and -z coordinates. The pyramid is constructed in 2013 by a player named Captain Hardhat as a way of leaving his legacy on the server. Due to its location, many players stopped by Hardhat's pyramid and left signs, some even dedicating themselves to protecting the base. The base would stand for 3 years until it was leaked in October 2016 and gradually destroyed due to expansion of the highways. Although his construction was no more, his legacy on the server would continue to live on. 2013 saw the formation of one of the most powerful groups to ever exist on the server, Valkyria. Valkyria was a merging of multiple small groups and bases, including Anatolia, Hilterwood, Legion of Shenandoah, and Gate Base Group. The group was responsible for the first 3 spawn incursions. Originally motivated by boredom, the players came up with the idea of invading spawn and got to work. The group remained powerful on 2B2T for a long time and saw a total of 70 members. On April 28, 2015, Valkyria began the third spawn incursion and saw the construction of the famous RAF outpost, a giant obsidian structure located 1,000 blocks from spawn. After the third incursion, Valkyria's members began to dwindle, and many moved on to create other bases, including Aureus City. Aureus was founded by Cainslaw and Takrev, and members included Fit and James Russells among others. The base was extensively decorated with gold blocks, earning it the nickname the City of Gold. It was founded in May of 2015, 1 year before the server would change forever. The date is April of 2016 and the player base is dwindling, with 1 to 10 players active at a given time. Only 6 months earlier the server had been thriving with close to 40 players on at once. Something had happened. Something that almost killed 2B2T. But what could happen on an Anarchy server that would cause players to just quit? It couldn't simply be getting raided or griefed, as that was commonplace and part of everyday life on 2B. No, what happened threatened the very idea of Anarchy itself. Jared 2013 and Taylor 112, two infamous players on 2B2T, founded the Tyranny in early 2016. Later, Cartman, Tristan and Pop Bob would also join Tyranny. The group was originally founded for the purpose of destroying the base known as the Lands, but became about total control of the server. The Lands was a legendary base that was built at over 4 million -X and -Z coordinates. The base was founded at the end of 2012 by Jack the Ripper, and due to its distance from spawn, travel to the base took an extremely long time. But Tyranny had discovered a bed teleportation exploit. This exploit involved placing a bed in the Nether at the exact coordinates and rotation as a bed in the overworld. They used this exploit to travel to the Lands, and in March 2016 the legendary base had fallen. But then out of nowhere, Tyranny griefed Warmonger's clock base on the same day, March 25, 2016. Mysteriously, Withers had been enabled for the duration of the grief and then disabled, sparking serious concern that Hausemaster may be working with Tyranny. It was later discovered that Tristan was in possession of server region files, barrier blocks and 32k tools and weapons that could only be obtained through admin access to the server. Tyranny had a backdoor. As a show of power, Tyranny regriefed 2 massive bases in 1 day, Space Valkyria and King's Landing. But how? George Bush 420. One of Hausemaster's old accounts with admin access had been hacked, and Tyranny had access to it. After this information was revealed, players became disinterested in playing on 2B2T. It was supposed to be Anarchy, yet some players had backdoor access, instantly compromising hundreds of bases on the server. Thousands of hours of hard work had to be given up as no base was safe anymore. Many players who were fed up moved to different servers, and 2B2T was hanging on by a thread. April 2016. Majority of the player base had quit. This was one of the only times in 2B2T history where a player could sleep to skip the night. 2B2T was dying. 5 years of history could have simply vanished. Until...
I'm coming down, dude.
Come down here, dude.
You see me?
This is nuts. No, I don't see... Oh, I think I see your... Yeah, I see your name up there. Mr. Mitch, we found each other.
Yes,
Dude.
Oh, I'm falling.
Don't die. Holy crap, you scared me. Okay.
Seemingly out of nowhere, on June 1st, 2016, a YouTuber by the name of TheCampingRusher creates a video titled Oldest Server in Minecraft. He explains how 2B2T had been running on the same map since its inception, and that there are no rules, teleporting, or anything you see on servers today. Anything goes. Him and his friend Mr. Mitch explore the server, beginning their adventure by escaping the decimated spawn in search of food. One of their earliest discoveries was the Melon Highway, a long highway made entirely of melons.
Woo!
This is what I was telling you about.
It's beautiful, dude. It's beautiful.
They went on to find a castle with signs dating back to 2014. They also found a sign that said RIP 2B2T, foreshadowing the death of the server.
RIP 2B2T, back 5514, but for how long?
2
Bruce
years
was
ago.
here.
There was a surreal feeling watching Rusher and Mr. Mitch explore this Minecraft world that had years of history that could be discovered. Myself and thousands of others had to log into the server to explore it for ourselves. The video gathered lots of traction, and thousands went to explore 2B2T for themselves. So many people tried to join that it became very difficult to get on the server. Eventually this led to a queue system being implemented, which at the time had players waiting hours to get in. This day is often considered the beginning of the new 2B2T. Similar to BC and AD, there was the before Russia and the after Russia period. On this day, the server had changed forever. Understandably, many old players were annoyed by the influx of the new players, as they now had to wait hours to get onto a server which they had been playing frequently. Later, Hausemaster would implement a priority queue for players who had logged on before Russia joined. This rivalry between the old and the new sparked a war, and on June 4, 2016, Russia declared war against the OGs.
Sitting on the outskirts of the Russia's fortress.
Then on June 13, FitMC uploads a video of him griefing a sanctuary full of Russia fans and killing them. He declares himself leader of Team Veteran on June 16 and the rivalry ensues. Fit's attack on the sanctuary is considered to be the first battle in what came to be known as the Russia War. During this time, many prominent structures are griefed, including the Valley of Wheat and the Crystal Islands. Many new bases are also created, however, including Omega City, founded on June 17th. 1 month later, and the fourth incursion begins, led by Jared 2013. All other attempts to slow down the Russia invasion had failed, and Team Veteran aimed to kill all new players they found at spawn, and grief several enemy bases. The first of which was a base by Napkin of Truth. Napkin was a friend of Russia and would regularly be in his videos. In another series, he was in an enemy faction, so he decided to play that role on 2B2T. He did not realize that the veterans were serious about kicking Russia off of 2B2T, and so after being called out by FitMC, Napkin joined Russia's side, giving him and Mr. Mitch their first sets of God gear. This caused him to be disliked by the veterans, who swiftly took out their revenge. The war raged on, and on August 5th, Fit duels Russia at Dark Souls Castle, the battle ending in Fit's victory. Soon after, the Russia war dwindled, and Russia took a break from 2B2T in September for 1 month. Upon his return, Russia makes 3 more videos on 2B2T before leaving for good. The Russia war officially ends on October 10th, 2016, with 10,400 Russians being killed by the veterans. Despite the end of the war, many new players remain, and 2B2T is changed forever. 1 week after Russia posts his first 2B2T video, FitMC posts a YouTube video titled 2B2T, the Museum of Art and Natural History. Fit had made some YouTube videos before, but since 2B2T had now exploded in popularity, his videos were getting far more views. At this time, he uploaded various videos of himself killing Russia fans, igniting the flame that was the Russia war. After the Russia war ended, Fit continued making documentary-style 2B2T videos, and fast forward to today, he now has over 2.3 million subscribers who are interested in 2B2T content. His videos get hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of views, and helps keep the player base of 2B2T thriving, with new players who are interested in the server's history. 2B2T is now the subject of hundreds of Minecraft videos, with many channels based solely around 2B2T content. 2B2T went from a small Minecraft server that barely anyone knew about to one of the most popular servers of all time. With years of history, there is always something more to discover about 2B2T, and hundreds of thousands of players have logged on for themselves. From its inception in December 2010, the server has seen various wars, epic battles, huge construction projects, and has even been brought back from the brink of death. To this day, the server still generates plenty of interest, and its legacy continues to live on. That's why 2B2T is the greatest server in the history of Minecraft. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something. Hit that subscribe button, you know what to do. And until next time.